we have a beautiful, I mean, look at the color of this machine, but let's talk about what it is. It's a 2017, it's Corvette, it's a Z06. So that means it's gonna have the supercharger on top of the 6.2 liter. Customers here to get some more power out of it. Being boosted, these are pretty easy to make some more power out of, but Wally's still gonna follow the same secret formula that he always does. Do the fueling, do the cam timing, do the boost curve, get the ignition timing correct, and get the transmission so that it shifts absolutely perfectly. Here we go. Alrighty, we made a series of baselines on this Z06 Corvette, running really well. You're gonna remember today it's 91.5 degrees in here. We're at 60% humidity, so the air is full of water grain, which means that it's having a hard time getting air in, and it's really hot out. So to make 500 horsepower, 555 foot-pounds of torque, over my shoulder here you'll see 494 and 555. We're now gonna work through the tune. That means we're going to do some cam timing, ignition timing, but before we do any of that, we're going to start fueling. So while we start getting the fueling correct, then we'll work on cam timing. The horsepower is going to start to come up, but at this point, we're going to put ignition timing in, recurve the entire thing. At that point, it'll make lots and lots of power. Let's get to the next step. Alright, we just made a couple of small tuning passes, and like I said, Wally always has to pull the data, look at it, and then see what changes need to be made in order to improve where the engine's running and get the fueling correct. That's the big thing. He has a target fuel that he's looking at. He wants to get that correct. So after you get that correct, there's a couple other things you have to do. You start working with cam timing, but for right now, we're 3 passes in. We are now at the rated power at the crank for torque at the wheels. So we're at 649 point something foot-pounds of torque at the wheels, which is what it made from the factory at the crank. We're now putting that out at the wheels. I don't expect we're going to make a lot more than that today because the weather is extremely hot. It's probably going to refine it, but hey, you never know. Depends on what he sees there. He's got good fuel, he's got a good car, we got lots of boost. It's just the weather we're battling with, but 649 foot-pounds, 565 horsepower at this point. Let's go to the next step and see where we end up. Okay, we want to bring you the other side of tuning here. It's not always that we make a pass, we pull the data, and then we make an increase after making a change inside the computer. What happens is sometimes you make a change and it's not the change that you wanted, or it's not the outcome that you wanted after having made that change. We just had 2 passes like that where he's working his way through the tune. We are making boatloads of torque. We're making lots of good horsepower, but one of the steps here is to change the cam timing. And in changing the cam timing, you can kind of teeter on how much you want to change it. We got a little bit too far with this one, so Wally's backed out. He's going to go back, he's going to retrace his steps a bit and go through it again. So if we could control the horsepower, we would have given this 1 more horsepower, but we control the tune only. That means getting the fueling correct, making sure the correct cam timing is there, and the ignition timing is spot on. 599 horsepower at the wheels when we're all done. 685 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels when we're all done. Wally worked his way through this. He was very patient. This car runs absolutely excellent, but the big thing is the improvement is massive over when it came in. The car's going to be a lot more fun to drive now and have a bunch more power to play with. That's what we do here at International Dyno.